Good morning and welcome to my blog, Wisdom for Today. So spring has sprung here in Connecticut, and it seems as if all of nature has taken a sigh of relief. We no longer have to deal with the bone-chilling wind that chills us to our bone as we step out of the car. Instead, the wind, even when it blows harshly, has within its presence the sun, and we feel the warmth of it. And we feel the sun on our back as we walk from place to place. And trees that seemed dead in the icy cold a couple of months ago, with gray and almost white bark, have burst forth into brown bark again. And leaves, bright bursts of color of green leaves on trees. And amongst the leaves we see little white and little pink blossoms. Yes, on the East Coast, trees bloom, and it's a beautiful thing to behold. Maplewood and cherry blossom trees. You know, Dallas Willard, who's a theologian, talks about how we should stop and enjoy nature, referring to Psalms 19, 1 and 2, that says, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament declares his handiwork," that's his skill. He talks about stopping to smell the roses. And I want to read to you a quote from his that's found from his book, The Divine Conspiracy. And it says, a popular saying says, "Take time and smell the roses." What does that mean? Well, to enjoy a rose, it's necessary to focus on it, to bring the rose fully before our senses and our mind as possible. To smell a rose, you must get close to it, and you must linger. When we do so, we delight in it, we love it. Taking time to smell the roses leaves an enduring impressions of the dear glory that, if sufficiently re-engaged, has the ability to change an entire life. This simple illustration contains a profound truth. If anyone is to love God and have his or her life filled with that love, God in his glorious reality must be brought before their minds and kept there in such a way that the mind takes root and stays fixed there. As I said, spring has sprung. But how are we reminded of the glory of God in the cold of winter when we no longer see the blossoms? How are we reminded of God's love when our world doesn't seem as bright and beautiful? Well, that's when faith takes a role. In Hebrews 11, 1 and 2, it says, "Faith is the evidence of things hoped for, the substance of things not seen." In faith, we reach out and touch the untouchable, and we do that in the face of Jesus Christ. Spring has sprung, and I see the glory of God in spring, but I also feel it in the cold winter, because I know what the psalmist says in Ecclesiastes 3, verse 11, that God hath made everything beautiful in its time, every season. And the seasons that he mentions in Ecclesiastes 3 are seasons of want and seasons of great abundance. Like the Apostle Paul, sometimes we have to learn to be content, whether we're in want or whether we're in abundance. Whether we feel the blessings of God like the warm wind on our back, or whether we feel that cold, chilling wind, God's love is consistent. Spring has sprung, and we can feel it on the outside, but let God's love continually spring in your heart, because that love will never fade. I look forward to seeing you Sunday. God's blessings, and have a great day.